When I was first introduced to Gwar, they were described as part rock show, part puppet show, and the rest of the show was just plain gooey. A couple of years later, when I was finally invited by a friend to see them live, I politely declined. The next time I saw my friend, he was missing a patch of his hair on the side of his head. When I asked him what had happened, he told me about being in the pit and how his hair was literally yanked out of his head in the middle of moshing. I made the remark about how sorry I was that it had happened, and he replied, "Are you kidding me? It was awesome." Awesome? Yep, awesome. What I didn't get then and what I get now is that Gwar isn't a band that you go to passively see play. No, Gwar is a band that you go to experience. Gwar is a band that exists to overwhelm your senses, cover you in goo, and if you're lucky, they're there to kill you too. After all, they are a full-contact heavy metal band from outer space. And how can you approach seeing anything from outer space without fully expecting the band's leader, Oderus Urungus, to rape your dog while calling you his love monkey? You can. And while the band has been ravaging planet Earth for over 25 years, the band's lead singer has never been afraid to give you an opinion. So sit back, relax, and grab some popcorn. This is Oderus Urungus, at his most honest.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, how are you? How you been?
I'm fine. How are you today?
Good, good. Been looking forward to this for a while.
Why? Most people hate talking to me.
Well, I don't know. I think part of it is the appeal of getting to actually speak with Oderus and his.
Right. It's not every day that you get to talk to a immortal being from another planet. I mean, and know it. I mean, a lot of people out there are from outer space. They just don't admit it.
Right. And that's the appeal is that you can always give us an honest and otherworldly perspective on.
Oh, of course,
on planet Earth. I mean,
you're gonna get nothing but 100% verbatim honesty from Oderus Urungus. That is for fucking sure.
Awesome. Well, let's start by talking about the 25 years of Gwar and the time that you guys have been ravaging planet Earth. Are you surprised that the world continues to allow you guys to basically kind of kill and destroy for as long as you have,
Well, I mean, if they could get their shit together and, get all the armed forces of the entire world to ally with each other and quit fighting each other for one moment, and then all attack Gwar at once using the combined nuclear, biological, and germ warfare arsenals, it would still not even scratch the paint on my bat-shaped helicopter. So it's not a question of us being surprised that we haven't been defeated yet. It's more of a question of us being kind of disgusted with ourselves that we have not really found a better thing to do with ourselves in all 25 years that we've been resurfaced on this planet than basically hang around, play heavy metal, and smoke crack cocaine. We are undead gods from outer space. We think that we would have loftier ambitions in life than to fuck a bunch of gorillas, create the human race, and be hopelessly addicted to crack. That seems to be the lot that life has given me.
Well,
but then on the plus, I don't have to have a day job, so that's a plus.
Well, since it's been a quarter of a century since Sleazy P. Martini has freed you guys from your Antarctic prison, and obviously you're still addicted to crack, or have you guys moved on to harder drugs?
Oh, yeah, but crack's the best. I mean, I've tried everything from shit deodorant to heroin, and, I've even dined on Zsa Zsa Gabor's cunt lips before, but, I have to say the sweetest, but you just can't beat crack cocaine. A lot of people they're like, Oderus, what's the fucking deal with crack? I'm like, it's great. But honestly, last year, I had it really rubbed in my face what a fucking drug addict I really was when I actually canceled a gig in outer space so I could come back to Earth and smoke crack. And this year, I'm just ignoring it altogether. Fuck it. I'm not on crack anymore. We're not going to talk about that anymore.
Awesome. Well,
even though I brought it up.
Well, let's get back to it real quick, though. So over the years, there have been probably, there's going to always be a list of celebrities, as long as you're phallus, that seem to get themselves addicted to some drug. If Gwar were to start a rehab program, what would that program be and how would it be implemented?
Well, one of the things that humans do that actually is kind of interesting and fairly endearing to Gwar is the way that you grow pubic hair. And I would have to say, I really don't care about rehabbing humans, but I am into growing pubic hair in giant factories and then having it painfully waxed off of you. And you might ask me why I'm doing this. Is because I don't believe that humans should be allowed to kill animals for their fur, but I know humans have this weird desire to wear clothing. So what I would do is take all you fucking drug addicts and make you shave your pubes, or excuse me, have them painfully wax clear of your genitals, and then I would set up these big knitting circles, sewing circles, where people made garments for celebrities out of their own pubic hair. What do you think of that idea?
I actually think that that's probably one of the better ideas that I've heard. It's certainly...
Are you in? Are you backing it?
What's that?
Are you backing it?
Oh, I'm totally backing it, 100%.
Okay. As soon as I get one of those, as soon as I get it set up, I'm going to expect to see you there.
Awesome. I'll be first in line for the waxing.
Yeah, the pubic waxing in order to save animals from being killed for their fur. I think I should talk to PETA and see if I could get them to back it.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
I know. I don't know why they won't let me be president. Maybe one day.
Well, let's talk about the new album that's coming up in November.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Yeah. First of all.
So what can fans expect from the new music, and do you have an initial favorite song yet?
Well, I'm kind of partial to every single syllable of it. You know, it's hard for me when a record is so great that I love every single second of it. It's hard for me to like the whole thing or any one part. All I can say is it fucking rules. But no, yeah, there is one song particularly. It's actually 4 songs in one. We start the album with the epic song. This is the first time we've ever done it. It's like one of those 70s prog rock bands or whatever, where you do have a super song, 4 parts for the title track, Bloody Pit of Horror. The 4 parts of the song have different titles, and it tells the story of Gwar finally slaughtering the human race and then resurrecting you guys as zombies through the power of our Bloody Pit of Horror. Then, using the Scumdog warship that we got on the last record, we are going to take our war to outer space, because Cardinal Sin has had his ass kicked. Fucking the Master was driven back into the void. Even Techno Destructo has been off the radar for many years. It's time for us to fucking take over everything. I mean, the universe is totally wide open. Anyway, the song Bloody Pit of Horror kind of tells that story. But as far as having like some big theme or anything to the record, we kind of steered clear of that this time. It's more just random anthems of hatred and violence. And it fucking sounds great. You know, it's the way Gwar should sound. We made a conscious decision to stop playing silly music about 5 years ago. You know, with Violence Has Arrived, we kind of re-embraced our metal roots. People were like, why did it take you so long to figure that out? I'm like, how dare you doubt me for a second? But before I get to that point, I would have to say that, you know, we had to play every type of music. When we kind of came out of Antarctica, you know, we were still de-thawing. Now, naturally, we gravitated to punk rock and heavy metal first, but as we kind of learned more about the human race, you know, our bastard children, we kind of felt the need to around with all kinds of different music. And it wasn't really until Violence Has Arrived that musical odyssey had gone full circle. And we kind of were reborn at that point as a fucking metal band, because punk rock music, as exciting and cool and vibrant as it was, it gradually got totally perverted and turned into something disgusting by a bunch of poser fucks. And as much as I hated poofy hair bands, I still fucking love metal, and I always will. And there's always good new metal coming out. And it's just like, when you look at Gwar, you're kind of like, you know what? They're a metal band. You wouldn't even have to hear one fucking note that we played to know that this band played fucking heavy metal. And that's what Bloody Pit is. It's a fucking heavy metal record. And I'll tell you what, we put out our last record a year ago. Most other fucking metal bands will take 2, even 3 years between fucking records. They're so busy sitting around and shoving coke up their fucking asses and trying to spend all the money they're making off their fucking shit labels. Well, you know, we fucking throw the glove down, or excuse me, the gauntlet down once again. And we're just, you know, when we're so good looking, we're so sexy, it kind of distracts people from the music, you know? But this time we're like trying to get people to look past my shitly ass and just fucking deal with the fact that not only does Gwar have the greatest show in rock and roll history, our fucking music kicks fucking ass. And that's what this record is going to do to everybody.
Well, that sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah, that was a pretty good cheer. I should be a fucking cheerleader.
You should. Well, definitely you should. And I've
always been great. Always been really good at talking about myself in a very complimentary manner.
Well, yeah, and we're definitely looking forward to it, and we're really glad that you guys are still out there and pumping out the good music.
Well, the advantage we have over human bands is that we're immortal, and we can make as many shitty albums as we want. And it doesn't matter. We can just, turn it on, off, anytime we fucking feel like it. I mean, a lot of people don't understand. While we were making some of those first records of Gwar's, and the music maybe was a little more simple, not quite, we were actually physically thawing out. I mean, we've been frozen solid for several million years. I mean, it took about 17 years to get the frost completely out of the fingers. And, Gladys will tell you, that was how long it took him to really start cranking out those wicked solos.
Right.
Yeah, we were fucking pot pies there. We were fucking popsicles.
Well, even so, you guys still managed to somehow invade our culture, and that goes into the next question. Since you guys have found yourself in a bunch of places, whether you're a guest on Fox News or you're in movies like Empire Records, or even being a plot for a video game over the years. Are you surprised about the opportunities that Gwar has had to sort of steal the spotlight?
Actually, I'm more surprised at how long it took for Gwar to get a lot of these opportunities. So some of the things that you mentioned, happened a long time ago, like Empire Records and Beavis and Butthead. And I think people were kind of like, after that, they were like, okay, Gwar, now just please go away. And after like another 20 years of us just relentlessly assaulting the world with our, insane release and tour schedule, people have realized we're not going to go away. And what's more than that, we are fucking some of the best, modern day sages, if you will. I mean, if you want to talk to somebody who's halfway interesting, who's got some kind of new viewpoint on the human condition, Oderus is about the best that you're going to do. What do you want to talk to these vapid, fucking nepotistic, just completely ill-mannered, snot-nosed, had everything handed to them celebrities, these completely self-serving politicians, these newscasters, just everybody out there is just so maudlin and so banal, so horrified to take a chance on anything. They're terrified of their own shadows. Gwar just gives you an amazingly honest look on everything, because Gwar just doesn't give a fuck. We never have, and we never will. I mean, not that we don't give a fuck about some things, but we just want to get out there and be Gwar, and hold